So, to continue with the same topic, pregnancy and embryonic development, let's see the various changes that are taking place in the embryo during the pregnancy. So, children, after 1 month, okay, heart is formed. End of the second month, limbs and digits means fingers of arms and legs, are developed. End of the 12th week. Now, after 12 weeks, first trimester is over. That means every trimester has 3 months. So when we come to the end of the 12-week first trimester, major organs like limbs means both arms and legs, external genital organs, like if it is a female then penis is developed, and if it is a if it is a male then penis is developed, and if it is a female then the external organs like mons pubis, majora, minora, vagina, all these are developed during the first trimester. Then during fifth month, first movement of the fetus takes place and appearance of hair on the head has started. Then end of the 24 weeks, which is second trimester, body is covered with fine hairs. We have hairs all over the body. Then hairs on the eyelids separate and eyelashes are formed. End of the 9 months, the baby is ready to be delivered. So they have shown you all the stages here, right? Children, now we come to parturition and lactation. So what is parturition? Beta, parturition is the process of giving birth to the young one. Now, it is induced by neuroendocrine mechanism. Now, why do we call it as neuroendocrine? Because nervous system plus endocrine system, both of them are working in coordination, and then the signals are generated and sent, and contractions or the labor pain that we say starts, and then only the process of giving birth can be completed. So it is induced by neuroendocrine mechanism. How? Children, the signals from the fetus. Now the fetus is well developed. It has almost completed 9 months. So when the fetus is developed, the signals from the fetus and placenta induce mild uterine contractions. So the fetus, when the fetus is ready, the signals from the fetus plus the placenta will generate or will start mild, very mild uterine contractions. This is called fetal ejection reflex. That means the fetus is ready to get ejected, and this is fetal ejection reflex. It will suddenly start. There is no time period, or there is no such situation that only if that it will occur, or you can calculate it. It is a reflex action. It can spontaneously start. It can suddenly start any time. This when this reflex has started, when the fetus ejection reflex has started, this causes the release of oxytocin from maternal pituitary. That means the pituitary gland of the mother will start the secretion of oxytocin. But for the secretion of oxytocin, who is the trigger? Fetal ejection reflex is the trigger. As soon as this reflex has started, it will trigger the pituitary gland of the mother so that it can release oxytocin hormone. Now, oxytocin hormone causes stronger uterine muscle contractions, which in turn stimulate further secretion of oxytocin, because oxytocin is a hormone which gets secreted when the uterus is in contraction. So you see, when the uterus contraction started, it was quite mild. But who started it? Fetal ejection reflex. Now, as soon as the mild uterine contraction started, what happened? Oxytocin was released. Now oxytocin has further increased the contractions. Now because of further stronger contractions, more and more of oxytocin hormone is released. So this process is continued, leading to the expulsion of the baby out of the uterus through the birth canal. Okay. Now, children, as soon as the baby is born or the parturition is complete, the umbilical cord, the umbilical cord, which is the connection between the placenta and the fetus. Okay, so the umbilical cord is cut off. You see, cutting off the umbilical cord, they are showing you. This is the umbilical cord they are cutting here. This is umbilical cord, the yellowish one, and this is the placenta, the white one. So they are cutting here. They are cutting the umbilical cord, and the placenta and the remains, whatever is the remains of umbilical cord, are expelled. They are taken out from the maternal body after parturition, and it is called afterbirth because the birth of the fetus is complete. The birth of the fetus is complete, and now whatever is been taken out is the the remnants and the umbilical cord and the remnants of the placenta. They are taken out, and that is known as afterbirth. Then the mammary glands produce milk towards the end of the pregnancy. It is called lactation. So the mother has to feed the child, and the yellowish milk which is produced during the initial few days of lactation, at the very beginning, the milk is yellowish in color, and it is called colostrum. Now this is very important for the newborn baby because it contains several antibodies. So the newborn baby should have this yellowish milk which is known as colostrum, and the mother should take care that the baby has taken the colostrum because this colostrum contains lot of antibodies which will help the baby to fight with the various kind of diseases present around it. Now this is quite essential to develop resistance for the newborn babies. So children, here the chapter is over. Thank you and have a nice day.